Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Florida Hospital Orlando Cardiovascular Institute Automated Inventory Management Webinar. My name is Quentin Holman, and I am the Director of Marketing at Wavemark, and we're sponsoring this webinar. Margarita Rivera is the Manager of Supply Chain and Contracting at the Cardiovascular Institute of Florida Hospital Orlando. Margie joined Florida Hospital in November 2010 from the construction industry, where she was responsible for the entire supply chain for a high-volume, high-production housing contractor. Margie's managed all of the ordering and delivering of the materials needed to build houses using just-in-time inventory techniques. Florida Hospital recruited Margie for her expertise managing a large variety of inventory from multiple vendors at minimum cost. While there are many similarities between managing construction materials and Cath Lab supplies, this is the first time Margie has also managed physical inventory. Margie has a master's degree in information science and a bachelor's degree in electronic commerce. I would now like to welcome Margie Rivera.
Thank you, Quentin. Hello, everybody. Like I said, I've been in the healthcare industry about 10 months now, and it's been a nice little challenge here at Florida Hospital. And with the help of Wavemark, which we'll present today, I've been able to learn quickly and have all my inventory tools available to me at my fingertips. I'm a big advocate for what they do in the healthcare industry. To tell you a little bit about ourselves, Central Florida Hospital is, I work for the main branch, which we call it the mothership. But between all of the hospitals here in Central Florida, which we hold one IDN, Altamont, Apopka, Celebration, Orlando, and Kissimmee, and Winter Park, we have about 2,000 beds and over 115,000 admissions a year. Our hospital is encompassed of 12 rooms. Our Cath Lab, I apologize, between Cath and EP. We do over 10,000 procedures a year, and we hold an inventory of about, well, that number's a little low. We have over 4 million, actually, in inventory in our Cath Lab. And we spend over $650,000 in Cath supplies a month, and in EP supplies about $1,400,000 or a little bit more. We track in our Wavemark system and in our RFID system, we track all items that cost over $50. We have about 5,000 products on hand. As you can see, 214 SKUs and over 36 vendors, and adding daily. We selected Wavemark for our hospital because, as you can see in the pie chart there, supplies encompass about 15% of a hospital's expense, but in the Cath Lab, it actually is about 70% of the expenses that you have to run your cardiovascular institute. When I started working here, some of the challenges that I had was, first of all, having to manage all the sizes, having to have the right product on hand daily. We run fairly quickly. We do anywhere from 30 to 60 procedures a day. Having such a large offering, we have 140 cardiologists, so keeping all of them happy with what the tools they need to succeed was a difficult challenge. And managing consignment and owned inventory at the same time without breaking your budget on a daily basis. So not only that, manufacturers every day come up with new products. So you have new rollouts and you have products that are also being removed from your inventory at least 2 or 3 times a month. So managing all the supply was one of the reasons why we selected this tool, to be able to use the tool to identify them better and at the same time be able to be productive in other areas. Go ahead. A lot of the items in electrophysiology, which is our EP side, they range from $5,000 to $22,000. Most of them are not consigned; they're owned. They can expire, they can be repetitive, redundant if you don't track them well. And Cath Lab supplies usually average from $200 to $3,500 a piece. The way Wavemark system actually works is we tag and register every product that arrives. We put 2 tags on it, so those cabinets that you see in that picture there are cabinets that read our tags every 20 minutes. Anytime an item is pulled off the shelf, it'll be able to recognize what was removed and where the disposition of it is, so you can reorder efficiently. In that third picture, you'll see the RFID reader that actually captures the device when it's used during the procedure. You attach it to an encounter, which we use as a hospital ID number, and you are able to register the product with all the information to that patient. This is an actual picture of our Cath Lab in one of our tagging stations where we place the tags on the boxes, we scan the barcodes, and register that antenna, that tag to that product, which it registers all the information of the size, the product, the barcode, with also the expiration date and all the information pertaining to each one. Some of our suppliers actually are partnered with us and with Wavemark, and they send our products already registered and tagged for us. So when the product arrives, we just put it on the shelf. They're already registered. We can track when they're in progress in where they're at after we've ordered, and they come pre-registered for us. The best part of having Wavemark for us is having the clinicians be able to focus on clinical events and not having to save every box or track every item that they've been used so we can reorder efficiently. They just use the products, and our inventory clerks are able to identify everything that's being used without interrupting the point of care. And as you can see, that little box there where the encounter number is added and the doctor name and the staff, that's just the way that you start the encounter, and all you have to do is wave the product and it will automatically tag it to that patient. Here in this picture, you can see one of our Cath Lab techs waving the product during a procedure, and it's mounted behind the lead glass, so it'll actually read through the glass on both sides there. If you're in the room or outside in the monitoring station, you can register from both sides. There's also a barcoding solution that us at Florida Hospital we're looking to expand to for all the items under $50 that are not tagged and registered, so we can also have them in Wavemark for us. We haven't adopted it yet, but it is available. When you end the encounter, you're done with the procedure, you can actually return the item to the cabinet that's unused, and it'll automatically correct itself and resynchronize and put it in your inventory again, so you do not reorder it. Here at the Florida Hospital, we actually our setup for Wavemark includes 14 5-shelf cabinets, 4 hanging cabinets, as you can see there on the right, for diagnostic catheters or EP catheters. We have 10 bins for tall boxes, as you can see on the bottom. We have 2 tagging stations to register, and the 12 point-of-care station, 1 in every room. Those are the XPOS stations for the procedure room. Okay, thank you. So now that we have the data, I want to tell you a little bit about how we use it and how it's efficient for us to be able to maximize on cost, which is, I think, one of the reasons why we're all here today, being able to run our supplies efficiently. Before we had Wavemark, our missing products and our orders were based on, like most Cath Labs, you use one, you order one, you keep a paper log. But there's a lot of unknowns that go with that. You don't know how long it's been, your order's been placed, what's arrived, what hasn't arrived, what is your turnover rate for each item, which ones are the items that are about to expire. So there was a lot of things unknown when you use that system. And with Wavemark, we have an automatic reorder based on actual usage, and we also have alerts for missing products, for expiring products, for many other things, for orders that are outstanding for over 3 days, many different things that you can see, so you don't have to worry about the little things that will actually slow down your procedures. Maintaining a target inventory without Wavemark was very difficult because you didn't really know how much material you needed. You'd have to have extra inventory on hand just so you had the right tools during the procedures. And at the volumes and pace that we go, it was just almost impossible to keep the right size on the shelf. And many of our complaints from our doctors were, you never have the size I need, you never have the tools I need. But there go, at the same time, we had overstock and over inventory, and our budget was over with excess, and we had a lot of expired items where we lost money. With Wavemark, there's actually optimization where you can right-size your inventory if you see you have levels that are out of control. It gives you suggested right-sizing opportunities. It also gives you a true value of where your par levels are and where it should be and how much you can save. It also tells you which, your turnover rates in every 90-day increment, so you can actually adjust your target inventories and maintain only the just-in-time inventory you need and at the rates you need them. It'll also help you decide on the speeds you need to reorder to maintain these levels. Bulk buy opportunities. This is one of my favorite things that we do because, of course, hospitals love when you do bulk buy, but if you do bulk buys for things that are not needed, you can end up spending a lot of revenue. The bulk buy tools in Wavemark, it has a bulk buy optimizing tool, which tells you, based on a 4-week, 8-week, or 12-week frame time, which products, based on your usage, you should use. It gives you lack of information lack of information on current stock rates was before, and you did not really know what products you would. A vendor would come in and kind of tell you what type of products they thought you should be buying, which you ended up probably losing a lot when it's owned and not consigned. So with Wavemark, we've been able to maximize on that, and I don't know if it's on the next slide, Quentin, where you show. Oh, here's the actual tool where you can select which items you would like to bulk buy by manufacturer and the estimated weeks that you would like to buy. It'll actually tell you based on how many you use per quarter what it suggests. Here at Florida Hospital, I use this tool, but I don't always use what they suggest that I buy. I'll take the high volume turnover products and I'll actually maximize on those. So if it tells me to buy 3 of each balloon, but there's 1 or 2 balloons that it tells me I use 80% of the time, I'll buy those sizes instead of everything else. So you can use it according to how it suggests based on the turnover rates, or you can kind of tailor it to a little bit, but it gives you the information you need to make smart decisions. Go ahead, Quentin. Oh, and before I go into this slide, I did want to say that up to today, we've saved about $750,000 in bulk buys since November to now, using this bulk maximizing tool, which is something we didn't account for in our budget last year. When we installed Wavemark, this is just a sample of many of the expired products that were found when we registered everything that we had on the shelves. This is just a portion. I mean, in every Cath Lab, you'll find that upon installation. Each cabinet is identified, and the system identifies the room and the cabinet where it's at. You can locate every month or every day, you can locate soon-to-expire products or expired products. They'll show up in red, and they'll tell you exactly where they are. Also, at the XPOS stations, at the point of use stations, if you try to scan a product that is expired, it'll show up in red